Okay, so we look at For Honor at 21:9 and specifically its ultra-wide support. Now, whilst For Honor isn't really a game that totally fits my personal tastes, I can certainly still see why people will and are loving it. And I also really value that Ubisoft is trying something new and original to add to their roster of games that they produce. Changing things up and trying new ideas is vital for keeping gaming interesting. Anyway, for my full thoughts on the game, check out my video on that, linked in the description, or just head over to my channel or website and it'll be there. So ultra-wide support-wise, this is very reminiscent of a lot of Ubisoft titles, generally taking the safest approach and black-barring any moment outside of gameplay to ensure things don't get badly broken. So yes, gameplay does correctly show off more on the sides of the screen, and there is an Fov Slider to boot, which is a lovely inclusion for those attempting to get their perfect game view. The HUD is stuck to 16:9, and certainly I wish the majority of HUD elements shifted to the sides out of the way. However, that said, the boost abilities like health injection and morale buffs, etc. would be nice to remain more center, as they are useful to have in your view to remember to use them and to be able to quickly see when they're ready to use. The HUD also has an integrated set of black bars on the top and bottom when locked onto an enemy, and this is terribly annoying. Like I said in the beta, it just feels like you're being hemmed in, and checking through all the menus, there is no way to turn this off, which is frustrating. There's no need for them. It's more than obvious who you're locked onto, so please just give us the ability to turn them off. Screen effects like taking damage are ultra wide, using the entire screen space. They're likely stretched, but it's very difficult to tell, and they look perfectly fine. Cutscenes are a real mix of support, and there are a lot of varying types of cutscenes in this. There are what appear to be pre-rendered ones and live ones, yet live ones are both 16:9 with black bars at times and ultra-wide at times, which is, well, far from ideal. I also had a cutscene have its audio and video completely desynced, another bug that needs ironing out. All menus, so that's the main menus, customization menus, map menus, and in-game menus, are all 16:9 with black bars. It's a shame, I can't deny, however it does mean that they aren't ever broken with any game-breaking issues like zooming in too far or something, but that doesn't take away from the fact that the black bars are damned annoying, and you do spend a lot of time in these menus, so don't think you're going to be rarely seeing these pillar boxes. Now, even with Ubisoft's attempt to blackbar everything to avoid graphical issues, there still are some. Things like the pop-up notification of unlocked new loot span over the black bars, but this actually looks quite nice. The only real broken moment is the customization of heroes, where on the left and right hand sides, the customization boxes are awkwardly visible when they really shouldn't be, and it does look bad. Performance-wise, things are generally good. I'm running high, medium settings and can stay above 60 FPS most of the time, at worst dipping into the high 50s on a GTX 980 Ti at 3440x1440. Different maps and different weather in those maps does mean the FPS fluctuates greatly depending on where you are playing. So some places I can be hitting high 60s, low 70s, and at other times struggle to hit 60 steadily at all, and this variation can happen on the same map, just depending on the weather and time of day. But this can be sorted by dropping settings further to ensure you stay above 60 at all times. No, what really is a problem is the FPS stutter. The game falls over itself when loading in new areas. Well, I believe that's the reason. I can't put it down to anything else from my time playing. It doesn't matter if you have a high frame rate, the stutter will happen regardless, and this is so frustrating. If there is one thing that can ruin any game, it's stutter. Unlike FPS, which can be fixed with turning down graphical settings, stuttering is just the game optimization. Potentially an SSD would rectify this somewhat, but I do doubt it, I'm afraid. I hope an update can fix it because it's frequent enough for me to labour this point. I'm going to give this game a WideAsFcuk score of 2, and it only just gets a 2 with the cutscenes that are ultra wide. Sadly, there is just way too much pillar boxing for a higher score. Anyway, if you want to see my full thoughts on the gameplay, then check out my video on that, linked in the description, or just head over to my channel or website and it'll be there. I hope that gives you some information on how the game runs at 21:9. Give this video a like if you found it helpful, and subscribe for future info. For any other games at 21:9, head over to my channel or, again, website. Hopefully I've covered it. If I haven't, then leave a comment down below and I'll try and cover it. And if you'd like to support the channel, the links to my Patreon page are in the description. See you later.
You captured Zone A, lost Zone C. Captured Zone A. You lost Zone C.